Blam!
Death Cakes.
Hey guys, it's your boys Blam Death Cakes here, and we're about to review some reviews of a movie that came out recently. You may have heard of it. It was called All right. So obviously, you know, this movie had some controversy surrounding it because many
Bothans died to get these
many
plans.
Bothans died to get the plans, and also many we'll say many readers of Breitbart material felt like this movie had been reshot. There was rumors circulating that this movie had been reshot to include some more anti-Trump messages. So it started a big campaign online called Dump Star Wars.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah, they were like, oh, these reshoots, these are probably to, hate on Trump or whatever.
That's weird, because usually when they said the reshoots, it's usually like, oh, that must be a bad sign that, the studio thinks this movie's not very good or something like that. But this time it's just like, nah, they're adding anti-Trump propaganda into the Star Wars movie.
Yeah, which would be weird since it's after the election. It couldn't really affect anything. But
yeah, it was before the election. They announced that they were doing reshoots
they
like
announced
before
the election for a movie that was coming out after. So it's not like they were like, well, we'll have this movie come out, and then at the end, Jen Erso will look at the camera and be like,
don't vote for Trump.
Don't vote for Trump. Trump sucks. Or whatever. And then that'll make people not vote for Trump. He came out after, so who cares?
Now, are we going to spoil it or something like that? Just in case? Is any of the spoilers?
I don't know. I don't think so. If there's any spoilers, actually, it's probably not spoilers because I think most of these reviews came out before the movie came out.
Yeah, this one does say December 14th. The movie came out December 16th?
Yeah, so we're talking about people that didn't even see the movie.
Or maybe they saw an advance screening.
Yeah, maybe they went to the premiere.
Yeah, they went to the premiere and they were like, oh, this is awful.
Yeah, some of these people may have been in the movie.
They were press people.
Yeah. But
maybe
anyways,
they invited the Breitbart, news media to see the movie. They're like, we review movies too.
Perhaps. And then they got on IMDb and they were like,
I gotta write my review.
All right, so here's the first one here.
Paragraph review.
Another Disney-led SJW campaign. Generic action that all of us by now are used to and tired of. Little emotional depth and progressive narratives being pushed down the audience's throat. What happened to Star Wars? I feel like every movie that's come out in the last 10 years could be spliced together without anybody noticing. It really says something about our society when the main thing the film has going for it is its diverse cast.
Why is it in quotes?
Yeah, it seems like it is a pretty diverse cast.
Yeah, it's very diverse. You got, Cassian Andor, who's Hispanic. You got the two Asian guys, Donnie Yen and the other guy. And then you got Riz Ahmed, who's
Pakistani or something?
Yeah, Pakistani. Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, so you
got Mads Mikkelsen, who's Danish or whatever.
Yeah, so you got all kinds of
Outercott that's Australian.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a...
they're not necessarily diverse because they're white dudes, but...
Yeah, but you got some white dudes
in here. But they're foreign, and Australians can watch it and be like, there's Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah. Well, remember the original trilogy where there were just a few blacks and a few women. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
He's like, hey, fair enough that we have to see a movie
with a few blacks
and a few women.
That's what I'm saying. I always hate that when everybody's when they call black people blacks.
Yeah,
it's call us black people.
Yeah.
Why say blacks?
Black people.
Because that sounds more racist than black people.
You're trying to sound extra racist.
Blacks, yeah, because it's you don't want to say the N-word, you don't want to say colored, but you don't want to say black people either.
Yeah.
You don't want to say people. You don't want to put the people after black. So you just say blacks.
Yeah.
And it's what if you like it if we called you whites?
Yeah. And then this dude is hating on the original trilogy because he's like, because there was one black guy and one woman, that was enough. But these movies have gone too far. These new movies deliberately and conscientiously replace all white men with Asians, blacks, and women in order to promote the liberal narrative the studios are trying to push. And I don't buy it.
Wait. It said he replaced all white men. They didn't replace anybody.
Yeah, they didn't replace anybody.
They created these characters, and they were already created to be, this diverse cast.
Yeah, he didn't, make Han Solo black.
Yeah, they didn't make Han Solo black. They're doing young Han Solo, and he's still white. So Han Solo's still white. Princess Leia's still white.
Yeah.
Luke's still white.
Yeah, all
it's
those
just now you got
white.
now you got the main character of Star Wars is a female, and whatchamacallit's in there too, and he's black. You got John Boyega. Finn.
John Boyega.
And Finn's black.
Yeah, it's like, come on, dude. It's and plus there's still white people in it, and
Yeah, Jen Erso's still white.
Well, yeah, Jen Erso's white, but he's like, white men have to be in it. Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter is...
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen is in it. He's a good guy. He created the Death Star.
Yeah, and he told him about trying to destroy it.
And he helped destroy it. So
plus you got Mon Mothma was in there too.
Well, another woman.
Well, yeah. But white.
Red Leader.
And then the bad guy, Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah, but they're like, well, you're making white people the bad guy then.
White people were the good guy and the bad guy in the originals.
Okay.
You didn't have any black people in the first one.
Don't bother to go see this. It won't impact your life in any meaningful way. You'd have more excitement staring at people through a bus window than sitting through this awful excuse for cinema, which I'd like to remind you used to be considered art.
I don't know. I think this was more entertainment than looking at people through a bus window.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see the movie? There were cool spaceship fights and stuff like that. You saw Darth Vader was in it.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. Come on, man. Darth Vader. There's another white guy.
Yeah, Darth Vader.
Here's the next one.
Didn't you see the prequels? He's a white guy.
Politics should not be mixed with entertainment.
I just want to let you know this review was written December 13th, 3 days before the movie came out.
Yep. I really wanted to enjoy this movie, as I loved Star Wars as a kid. However, the new Star Wars movies do not focus on telling a good story or immersing you in the Star Wars universe like Episode 3 through 6 did.
So, he's counting Episode 3.
He's like, this is worse, better than Episode 3, because at least Episode 3 still only had one black and one woman.
One black and one woman.
As it should be. That's all that's good about Star Wars, is it only has one black and one woman.
Okay. It also had a bunch of aliens and stuff like that in there too, and a small green alien that was I'm Yoda or whatever.
Yeah, aliens are fine, just as long as they're not black aliens.
Black or white.
And female aliens.
All right.
Disney is blatantly injecting a liberal political agenda into Kenya into the movies to appeal to SJW types. In Episode 7, there's a black guy as a Stormtrooper, which directly contradicts the canon of Star Wars just so Disney can meet their diversity quota, as Stormtroopers are clones of a white guy.
No, they're not. I mean, if in the second one it was Jango Fett.
Yeah,
Jango Fett's Tamora Morrison, who is a New Zealand actor.
Yeah, he's not really white.
Yeah, and he's not white. He's what are they called? Kiwis.
Yeah.
He's a Kiwi.
Yeah, he's definitely a brown dude.
Yeah, he's brown. Aborigine.
So, yeah, I mean, first off, you're wrong there. And then also, they explained why he was a black stormtrooper. You just didn't pay attention because you were so mad.
Yeah, you couldn't look past the hate to see why they explained it.
Yeah. And then, also,
those movies were bad, so who cares?
Additionally, before this movie's release, one of the creators tweeted that the Empire is a white supremacist organization. Politics should not be mixed with entertainment, period. I want to see people getting sliced in half with lightsabers, not political debate.
Well, why are you bringing up a political debate if you don't want to have it in there?
Yeah, why are you bringing up a political debate? And would you not like the prequels?
Yeah.
The prequels are all political debates.
Yeah, I mean...
And this dude... He's not talking about Rogue One at all either.
Yeah, he's mostly talking about the last one.
He's mostly talking about the last one. But yeah, there was no political debates in The Force Awakens.
Yeah, they technically. I mean,
There's no political debates in this one.
I don't think they said it, but it looked like they blew up the whole Coruscant. That was like the main place where they had a lot of political debates, so that they could be like, "There's no more political stuff." In this movie.
So you're the one bringing the political debate to the movie because you're like, "Why is there a black guy in this?" Star Wars has become nothing more than a political background, and Rogue One took it up a notch by illustrating a band of minorities fighting an empire of white men. Oh, okay. Do you want the empire to be white men or black men?
Yeah.
The last guy complained that the Stormtrooper was black, and now this guy's complaining that they're white. I mean, they put a damn Muslim Pakistani dude into the movies. When did you see a Pakistani guy in the Star Wars universe who is a washed-up rapper in real life and raps about white privilege? I'm sure there's been somebody in a Star Wars movie that's rapped before.
I mean...
Swag.
Yeah, I don't know. So what if he's Pakistani? And I'm sure there probably has been Pakistani dudes in Star Wars before.
A farce of a movie with a repetitive theme that is good fights evil, and there is a Death Star. And a dude that says punch it. Unoriginal. Is there a dude that says punch it in Star Wars?
Punch it!
I mean, probably Han Solo's probably said punch it, Chewie. Or something like that.
Yes, but I would maybe take that out and put in I got a bad feeling about this, because that's more
that's usually in a lot of Star Wars movies. But what I like is that the first half, is just like all stupid, propaganda crap, and then the last part's kind of a review.
Yeah, the last part is kind of...
Yeah, the last sentence is kind of a review. Now, granted, it does throw a bunch of stupid stuff in there. Like, it's a repetitive theme of good versus evil. That's every movie. I mean, every movie's always about good versus evil, or maybe it kind of even takes a twist and be like, oh, there's a gray area. But Star Wars is typically about good fighting evil.
Yeah, you can't get tired of good fighting evil or evil fighting good. Sure, there's a Death Star in every movie, and that kind of sucks. But I thought they did a good.
I mean, yeah, this wasn't even like. They built another Death Star.
Yeah.
It was like,
But this one wasn't about them destroying the Death Star, really, though. It was about them stealing the plans.
Yeah, stealing the plans. And then it wasn't even like this Death Star blew up a planet either. It was like, it blew up like a city.
I mean, the Death Star was really barely in it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. You should have waited to see the movie before you posted your review, son.
Yeah, you should have waited 3 more days and saw the movie.
I hate this being politicized. Although a lifetime fan of Star Wars, I am triggering the ejection seat and dodging this episode.
It's not an episode, but...
Yeah, it's not an episode. It's a Star Wars story. And, come on, dude, stop being so triggered. One racist Disney film. Finn equals Jar Jar Binks of Force Awakens, and Donnie Yen equals another stereotyped Chinese kung fu monkey.
See, now... I don't think you should be able to yell at people for making some, Donnie Yen racist. Yeah, you're going to call him a fucking monkey.
Yeah. I mean, come on, dude. It's like you're saying, this is a stereotype and calling him a monkey.
It sounds like he was a racist guy that was like, I'm going to try to start being an SJW for, everybody. And, he's like, I used to be a racist guy, but I've pulled back a little bit. Now I'm just going to try to be, an SJW. And he's like, I'm trying to say that this is kind of stereotyping black Chinese people because they all know Kung Fu, but I gotta be racist. I gotta be a little bit racist and call him a monkey. And plus, this review was written in August. So.
It's written in August, so we barely know. He just saw a trailer where he was doing Kung Fu, which I guess, it still counts. He did Kung Fu.
Yeah, I mean, they got Donnie in because he's like,
he's like, I do Kung Fu.
Yeah, he knows karate and Kung Fu and stuff like that. So they want Donnie in there so he can be like... They don't want Donnie in because of his great acting or whatever.
Pony accents in Wally Hood soap. Rubbish. Seen the trailer and it's all the same old crap as the last Steptoe and Pet in space effort? Why did they not put John Cleese, Rowan Atkinson, etc. in it? At least, I don't know, because they don't usually get put in
I love
most
how this
movies.
guy's like really like British, but then he's also like, I don't like any movie unless John Cleese and Rowan Atkinson's in it.
Yes, I will put this down and I'll go watch Mr. Bean's Holiday. At least those two have real human legs. Not like the idiots that are in this ridiculous monstrosity. Who didn't have legs? I mean, Forrest
Whatchamacallit
Whitaker?
didn't have legs.
Yeah, you saw that in the trailer, but
But,
I mean, he actually does have real human legs.
yeah, I mean, yeah, Forrest Whitaker has real legs.
Yeah, so
They don't get people without legs
They
in their
chose
movie.
not to have him in there. The twit British accent is the reason I quit on Star Trek with its Patrick Stewart potato head, chicken leg palmy actor. This time it will be Steptoe and Pet the space movie soap. What a
Wait.
crock!
Wait. Is he talking about Star Trek?
Well, this was on Star Wars.
Maybe he meant to go to the Star Trek thread.
Maybe, but who doesn't have real human legs in Star
I guess
Trek?
he's saying that whatchamacallit doesn't have good legs.
Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, he called him chicken leg.
Oh, maybe.
Hey, chicken leg. So
Yeah.
maybe he's like, he's got small legs, and
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
like
the-
Patrick Stewart.
This is
But he's British, so he loves, I mean, I think John Patrick Stewart's up there with John Cleese, or at least he's better than Rowan Atkinson. I mean, come on. Rowan Atkinson's like a British.
Yeah, and then he's like, I quit on Star Trek. Like, he'd like, oh, I used to love the original series. But,
Yeah, so you quit once it got good again.
yeah.
You quit once it got on TV.
Can you imagine Mr. Bean? Mr. Bean on Star Trek? Can you imagine Mr. Bean in Force the Rogue One?
Rogue One? I don't know. That would have been kind of funny.
That would have been good. That would be good.
If instead of Tarkin, it was like Rowan Atkinson.
That would have been awesome.
Spoilers.
I am off to rent a couple old American classics with American accents
What?
and all the goodies that used to make cinema such a treat.
Wait a minute.
It's like, I don't know if this dude is British or not.
But then he's like, I want to rent a bunch of American classics.
Yeah.
But he said before he wanted John Cleese and Rowan Atkinson in the movie.
Yeah.
Who are like the most British people in the world.
Yeah, this weird.
I don't know, maybe he was saying like they should have just put John Cleese in it. because
Yeah, maybe he was saying like
that's
they might
stupid.
as well have put those people in there. But he said rubbish.
Yeah, he said rubbish.
So
he
he's
said
gotta be
he
British
said
or whatever.
palmy. I don't know any Americans that say
Pommy
palmy.
or rubbish.
Or
Wally Hood soap.
Wally Hood soap, the last step in toe
Yeah.
pet and space effort. Who talks like that? No American talks like that.
Yeah,
that's British dude. That's
This dude
British.
is some self-hating British
Yeah,
dude.
I can see this dude writing it while he's drinking a tea with his pinky up, and he's got like crumpets coming out of his mouth,
Yeah.
and he's sitting there and he's typing it while he's bowing to the Queen or whatever.
Yeah, and that's why he got under the Star Trek thing instead of Star Wars. Alrighty, so that was it as far as crazy reviews. I scoured the internet, and that's all I could find for now. But yeah, people aren't liking Rogue One. All right, guys. Well, tell us what you think in the comments below. What did you think of Star Trek Rogue One?
Star Trek.
What did you guys think of Star Trek Rogue One in the comments below? And make sure you like, subscribe, motherfucking smash that like button, because YouTube's messed up with the algorithm or something.
Yeah, every YouTuber says that, so now we gotta say it.
Yeah, we got to make sure that we cover the bases because the algorithm is messed
The
up.
algorithm's messed up, so you gotta hit the like button.
All right, guys. Peace.